Let your word be a gift. January 28, 2014. Has all God's children heard of the phrase, "If you haven't anything nice to say, then don't say anything at all"? This phrase and many like it exist in many cultures, and it is used to encourage compassionate and kind speech in all your daily practices. When you choose to speak to another with negative terms, use of negative speech and actions, often the intent behind the choice of words becomes a misrepresentation of the truth, and can easily create a separation between people that often combines the hurting of the person's feelings. It is essential, dear ones, to recognize where your attention is and how it influences your intent. Sometimes you need to step back and realize the harm your words can cause, and begin making the mature step towards training your mind to create purposeful and meaningful conversations and interactions with your brothers and sisters. When you focus on what you wish to say before you actually speak, dear ones, you are giving yourself permission to connect with the maneuverings that are taking place inside your mind. You become aware of an influx of emotions and feelings that may be occurring. And if you discover negative motives arising behind your decisions, you are able to stop them in their tracks and turn their negative energy around and in your favor. As you become more aware of yourself, you also become more honest and truthful with your whole self, and this honesty often results in you becoming more responsible for the words, actions, feelings, thoughts and choices you make each and every day. In addition, with you becoming more mindful and aware of your inner conflicts of thoughts and emotions and how your words can easily harm or encourage others, you may just save yourself from saying something you'll regret later and cannot retract. When you are using your thoughts, feelings and emotions to produce positive and encouraging words and actions, you demonstrate a trustworthy energy that carries a harmonious and comforting feeling. Other dear souls will open up to you and welcome the wisdom that comes from your loving heart. When you put into practice on a daily basis, treating any dear soul that crosses your path with respect, acceptance and compassion, your words, dear ones, will become gifts that those on the receiving end will cherish for many days after the words were spoken. When the words you choose to express are kind and loving and the intention behind each one is pure and genuine, you will attract many dear souls to you, and they will listen and respond in kind as you continue to demonstrate a loving and compassionate manner. We are quite aware of how difficult it can be for many when it comes to communication. With so many diverse dear souls sharing your bountiful earth as their home, conflicts do and will arise. Understand, through the words you say, from the tone of your voice, facial expressions, and body language affects how your words are perceived. It is essential, dear ones, before you decide to converse with another dear soul, either face to face or through other forms of communication, figure out how present you currently are and to what degree are you maintaining your divine values that incorporate kindness, honesty, acceptance, respect and productivity and other positive values that are vital to life of the conversation or interaction. It is well understood and observed that the mechanics of your brain has made it very easy for you to talk incessantly while not having any presence or intention behind the words you are using. For many dear souls, they merely talk to use up time, to fill the gap of silence, or to encourage attention when there is nothing of substance to say. Even the simplest of greetings have their purpose. Talking can definitely bring you closer, but depending on the words you choose, you can instead create a larger gap. When you are present during any conversation or interaction, you are sharing in an experience with another dear soul, deepening the connection. Even if the interaction lasts a few minutes, it creates a greater feeling of togetherness. We understand that for many of you, talking and speaking is how you earn an income, but this does not mean you cannot enhance your speaking abilities and become more meaningful when you speak to your colleagues or to customers in person or through the telephone. Listening is an aspect of being able to produce meaningful speech. In your workplace, listening is required, but it is also required for every other aspect of your life. If you are not present in a conversation or interaction with another dear soul, what you gain from the experience will be much less than if you were present. If you were present, you would be focused on listening and less distracted with the planning of your next response that would be based on inner reactions than what is actually being said. If you listen, and listen well, you will come to realize that everyone has something valuable to contribute, and by not listening, you may have missed out learning so much more of dear soul joined in the communication and with the world around you. Each day, dear ones, is a new day, a gift to be cherished and welcomed with love, as it is another day to grow, to learn and to become more than the dear soul you were yesterday. It can be difficult and challenging to practice speaking positively and with kindness all the time to all people. Humor is a good way of helping ease comfort with another dear soul, but the humor needs to be light and non-offensive. Careless humor can be harmful and carries negative energy and can easily lessen the purity of your intent. There is no need to exaggerate or to be sarcastic. If you look at the greatest comedians of the world, you will quickly discover they are having you look directly at the way things are. When using humor as part of your repertoire for conversations, we encourage you to make use of gestures and words that are truthful, purposeful and wise, that demonstrates you have thought well and use great effort. By improving the quality of your mind and by choosing better and more meaningful ways to express yourself, you are creating greater intelligent value to the dear souls closest to you. While you are in presence and you are focused in that moment, you are accountable for what you say and your intent is pure. In truth, dear ones, you come into yourself while you are in presence, therefore you are able to speak from yourself, and you are the one that is speaking the words, not your distant unfocused self. While you are focused and present, you are listening intently. Unintentional words will not slip out of your mouth because you have learned the importance of being mindful towards others. Of course, being present includes your focus and attention. When you are communicating while being present in your mind, you are able to bring forth even more attention to your own actions during the communication and interaction. Your communication will have an increase of quality, clarity, and kindness. We encourage each of you to pay attention to the words you are choosing to express and why you are choosing those words. Question yourself if the words being used are honest, purposeful, necessary, kind, hurtful, uncaring, etc. From the answers, dear ones, you'll discover that having an open mouth doesn't have to be a mistake, but a way of communicating love and kindness that demonstrates the purity of your intentions every time. There is so much each day for you to learn, and you will learn everything in time, exactly when you are meant to. Take your time, dear ones, be kind to your brothers and sisters, they too are on their own journey of discovery. Lend your shoulder or hand once in a while of friendship and understanding, and know your extension of compassion and kindness will not go unnoticed by God. And so it is. I'm Ascended Master, El Morya, through Julie Miller. spiritualnetworks.com